Hey everybody, Angela here with Orgone Crystal Alchemy, and I'm excited to make this video because I have a new product that I have just recently released. And as far as I know, it is the first of its kind. I have not seen anything out there like it. A dear soul friend reached out to me and actually asked me to create it. And so thank you for that. I'm going to show you what it is. I've made a few changes to my Stardust Matrix for this particular device. So it is the first MagSafe, powerful EMF cell phone protector. I have different designs, but I'm going to show you. This is a neodymium MagSafe ring, so it's very strong. And on the back, I use a Faraday fabric tape, which I will explain why in just a bit. And of course, I'm using my phone to record, so here's my cell phone case. It is a magnetic case, but just to make the adhesion stronger, I added an extra, not metal ring, but magnetic ring. Easy to order on Amazon, but it makes the bond very very strong. It's hard to come off. You really have to try to get it off. So if you're moving this in and out of your purse or, in and out of your pocket, it's not going to slip off. It's not going to come off unless you actually try to really pull it off. So I did a lot of experimenting to get the right metals and magnets to make this strong and functional for you. One of the advantages of having this setup is that if you need to remove it in order to, for example, put it in your car on your magnetic phone holder, you can do that easily. Or if you need to remove it to make a video because it's going on one of those little clamp claws, easy to do, and then just put it right back on. A lot of advantages to this, but let me tell you what I did to my Stardust Matrix for this one. It is now what I call my Elite Edition of my Stardust Matrix. So I made a few changes and I'm going to tell you why. So those of you that follow my work, you're familiar with what I refer to as my Stardust Matrix, which has 15 different ingredients on there. So I removed just a few of them and added 3 more. What I added in was, I added in graphene, and there were some synchronicities leading up to adding this. But I also added Nano silver powder, and I switched the Shungite powder to Elite Shungite powder. So graphene powder, what graphene looks like on a molecular level are like the hexagons. It is carbon in its hexagonal form, all connected like a honeycomb lattice. So imagine like one layer or one atom thick of a honeycomb type lattice that pervades throughout the Stardust Matrix. So what this does, graphene is one of the most conductive substances known. It channels electrical energy with almost no resistance, giving it a very smooth energy flow within the orgone field of the device itself. And Shungite, I am using Elite Shungite in this mix. And the difference between Shungite and Elite Shungite, all Shungite is strong and powerful when it comes to electromagnetic frequencies, but Elite Shungite is made of 98% carbon and fullerene structures. So you imagine how I described the graphene as a one atom thick flat layer of a honeycomb lattice. Shungite is more spherical, like you can imagine it like a soccer ball. They call them buckyballs in science. I just loved all my science classes. I love talking about things on a more molecular level to have a better understanding of what's going on. If you imagine like a soccer ball and the energy moving through that, it's more of a quantum type 3D movement of energy and how it will restructure that energy. You can think of elite Shungite like a quantum sponge. Like it will absorb and transform the electromagnetic energies that are chaotic into form that is more bioresonant for us and our energy fields. And as for the silver in nano powder form, silver has the highest electrical conductivity of any metal. And when it is mixed in resin in a powder form, it creates these sort of conductive bridges, like a lattice all throughout the resin. Technically, it's called tunneling, when you can, when the electrons can sort of jump from metal to metal through the resin. This is one reason metal powders are way more effective than metal shavings when it comes to creating orgonite, because you have much less space of resin in between the metal particles, whereas with the shavings, you get a lot more dispersion of space and more space that the electrical component of orgonite needs to travel from metal to metal. And so with the particles of each tiny piece of metal powders, it conducts electricity and the electrical energy of the EMFs that are coming towards it and the EMFs that it is absorbing. It can handle them better. And with silver being the highest conductive material of all metals, it's one of the most powerful metals that you can put in orgonite, especially in powder form. So between the graphene, the elite Shungite, and the powdered silver, that makes these pieces very powerful. Now, Faraday fabrics are pretty much made of silver. They are fabrics that are coated with silver. It depends on the grade of the Faraday fabric that you buy, if it's pure silver or if it's silver coated fabrics and fibers. But what it does, it doesn't necessarily block anything. But what it does is, because silver is such a great conductor of electricity, what happens is, so imagine the EMFs are coming from your device, and what they look like is they're static. They don't have much in the way of form. They're not basically coherent. That would be a sort of a biological resonance with us. It's more just chaotic energy. So when it hits the Faraday fabric, because silver is so highly conductive, silver just sort of sucks it in and then disperses it. So when you have your hand and you're holding your phone and you're holding, your phone like this, already it's not going to reach your body. But then as the EMF from your phone comes, out of your phone, it leaves the area all around the rest of the device to capture and harmonize those electromagnetic frequencies. So this is a very effective device. It's fun too. I mean, come on, being able to take it off and put it back on is great. And also knowing you're not going to lose it is great. Anyway, these are new and I have a few different designs. I wanted to show you this one. This one's abalone. It's got white abalone. And of course mine is a blue abalone. I have some wood designs here. This one's not made yet, but it's going to be made. This one's pretty cool. This as well. These are different types of abalone. Then I also have holographic and different colors. Anyways, you can check out my listing if you wanted to pick these up, and especially for the holidays or a great gift for yourself. But yeah, this is like a level up, next level. EMF protection, and I do recommend getting an extra magnetic piece for your phone case, just to get that like extra strength there in the bond. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.